It's November 17, 2020, and here we go. Sometimes there's satisfaction in saying I told you so, but not this time. I previously posted that it was the height of foolishness to push for defunding the police in Minneapolis. I displayed an article which showed the city was already experiencing an increase in crime. But being right doesn't feel good when the evidence of your insightfulness is a growing number of murder victims, shooting victims, and people living in fear. Well, here's the proof. The Washington Post and Washington Times both report frightening increases in violent crime as frustrated officers leave the police department. Here's a recent Washington Times headline, quote, "Minneapolis crime spike continues as defund the police philosophy explodes in city's face," end quote. A truly sad day for citizens in Minneapolis. So, what can we learn from Minneapolis? Well, just couple the Minneapolis experience with a new age push to empty our prisons, relax our criminal laws, cut police staffing, and restrain proactive police actions, and you'll see something like the Minneapolis effect across the U.S. Look across the nation. We're seeing a kind of meltdown as we degrade the police with calls of defunding, as some politicians appear to hold the torches as mobs march through town. These elected leaders openly pour gasoline on the fire of anti-police rhetoric, further demoralizing an already overworked and underappreciated police force. What's the result of this anti-police, soft-on-crime, let-them-out-early push? I think it's clear. In Los Angeles, homicides are up 18%, shootings up 24%. In Fresno, crime is up. They have 50 homicides so far this year and 564 shootings. The FBI has had to join in the local effort to restore order. In San Francisco, homicides went up 25%, and there was a whopping 56% jump in burglaries. Outside of our state, we see Houston, with a staggering jump in homicides from 235 in 2019 to 329 in 2020. And the year's not over. We see Chicago with a 50% spike in killings, and they were already a national leader in violence. We see Dallas with a 32% jump in aggravated assaults and a rise in homicides, 209 in 2019 to 224 so far this year. Baton Rouge, homicides are up 104 in 2020 over the 67 they recorded at the same time in 2019. And the list goes on. And here at home, Sacramento is living through a 40% jump in homicides over the same time last year. And sadly, this violence was highlighted with the murder of a precious 9-year-old child at a city park in broad daylight. So, the lesson for our country and lawmakers is clear. While there are legitimate and urgent calls for police reforms and criminal justice reform, including prison reforms, we do not have to, nor should we, diminish our law enforcement departments or swing open the prison doors in an angry knee-jerk reaction to difficult and complex social problems. I believe great cities can reform themselves while still providing a strong number of law enforcement officers to protect everyone.